400-meters freestyle relay. Phelps, who produced a stunning second leg, has now won 23 medals in total, extending his record as the most decorated Olympian of all time. And it was the second gold of the night for the U.S. after Katie Ledecky produced an astonishing performance to win gold in the 400-meter freestyle. The 19-year-old smashed her own world record to win in a time of 3:56.46, nearly 5 seconds ahead of her closest rival. Crews responded to 2 separate structure fires in Billings early on Monday morning. Police and fire crews first responded to a call for fire at 2022 Fairway Drive in Billings about 3 in the morning. The fire was originally reported to have started in the guest bedroom in the basement of the home, which is known to have 4 occupants, including 2 kids. No injuries were reported. About 3:20 a.m., crews heard of a structure fire on 56th Street West and Niebauer Road in Billings. According to Yellowstone County Sheriff's Deputy Matt McCabe, no one was inside the structure. Water tenders gathered water from nearby neighborhoods to fight that fire. The Fawn Fire, which was started by a lightning strike, grew significantly on Saturday night. As of Sunday night, the estimates are that about 915 acres are burning. The fire location in the northwestern section of Yellowstone National Park is visible from Mammoth Hot Springs, Gardner, West Yellowstone, and along Route 191. However, park managers are ensuring everyone that the smoke does not pose a threat. To keep firefighters and visitors safe, though, there have been some closures to campsites along with the Bighorn Pass Trail and the Fawn Pass Trail. We'll follow the Fawn Fire, Yellowstone National Park, this week here on the show. LivinLargeLarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Our forecast. Livin Large Larry live, livinlargelarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings. All kinds of blinds and billings, all kinds of blindsmt.com for a variety of blinds, vertical blinds, the Roman shades, the mini blinds, and ask about repair as well. All kinds of blinds and window film for security, all kinds of blinds mt.com.
The return of football is just around the corner, and what a better way to prime your gridiron pump than to rub shoulders and listen to the stories of a collection of the state's best. Hi everybody, Mick Holdeen here, inviting you to the inaugural induction of the Montana Football Hall of Fame in Billings.
An inaugural induction ceremony will be held August 12th at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. Go to Montana Football Hall of Fame on Facebook. Tickets are available at all Universal Athletic locations or online at bighuddle.com.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Couple of news stories here. News at a glance around Billings and our community here. So we're live on YouTube this morning in the TuneIn smartphone app, livinlargelarry.com. You can access all of our audio components there. So we broadcast from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Wave Car Wash off of King and 29th Street West. As we utilize KTVQ.com, Color8.com, the Billings Gazettes, and also state news writer Brian Bennett from the Northern News Network. The canal breach that led to the shutdown of a waterway used by more than 1,200 Yellowstone County customers on Saturday will likely be under repair for at least 2 weeks, according to officials on Monday. Crews worked to cut sandstone on Monday in order to pack the hole with earth and rocks in the area of Aronson Avenue and Alkali Creek in the Billings Heights. Workmen estimates that the hole created by the breach is about 90 feet by 100 feet by 36 feet. Officials believe about 20 to 30 feet of tree roots broke into the bank and caused the breach early on Saturday morning. The breach was reported to dispatch around midnight, and the canal was shut off at about 2 in the morning. And as many as 1,700 customers, mainly farmers and ranchers, are impacted by the shutdown. The Billings City Council voted in favor of an ordinance to allow dog and cat owners to walk their pets in city parks in Billings, but it came with a new demand for pet owners across the city. The council passed an amendment requiring 10,000 pets to be licensed first. Current estimates are about 5,000 pets are licensed. The amendment was offered by Councilman Ryan Sullivan and passed 6-3, with Mayor Tom Hanel also voting in support. A 19-year-old, as yet unidentified man was taken to a Billings hospital on Monday with a serious head injury after he fell 20 to 30 feet while climbing Granite Peak. The 12,808-foot peak is the highest point in the state of Montana. Even in the busiest month of its busiest years, Glacier National Park had never hit 700,000 visitors until this July last month, and then went way past that number, welcoming 818,481 people. As recently as 1964, Glacier didn't get that many visitors in an entire year. July was the fourth month this year and the third in a row that Glacier has broken visitation records. The Montana Secretary of State's office has completed its count of ballot initiative signatures, leaving Safe Montana's I-176 still short of the minimum needed to get before the voters in November. I-176 would repeal the Montana Marijuana Act and defer to the federal scheduling of the substance as a Schedule I drug. About 13,000 people in Montana currently get medical marijuana under that act. A glance at news around Billings and our surrounding towns. LivinLargeLarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings. We'll check our Billings area forecast for the week that's coming up. A quote from Brown's Automotive here in Billings. We promise you cost-effective solutions to get you back in the driver's seat. If you want true experience and dedication to the craft of auto repair, Brown's Automotive. For over 60 years now, Brown's Auto Service has delivered rockstar customer service. 4 locations around Billings: Brown's Auto Service on Broadwater, Brown's West Auto Service, corner of Rosebud and 20th Street. A couple of Brown's locations downtown, the Automatic Transmission Company is at 13th Street North and 1st Avenue North, and Brown's Rebuild Center is downtown, 18th Street North and 2nd Avenue North. Brown's Automotive in Billings, BrownsAutoBillings.com. Third-year anniversary celebration for Carrie's Massage Business. 2-part body wraps at $70 the month of August, normally $95. That'd be good for any 2 body parts that you choose. So you could choose your hips and legs or arms and belly. You can even get your face massage. Yep, it'll help tighten your chin muscles so that little flap of skin that you tend to get will shrink up just a little bit. Carrie's Massage, 928 Broadwater, suite number 204. And how about half-price reflexology massages for $15? Normally cost you $30. The reflexology is just hands and feet. Takes about 30 minutes. Includes a relaxing foot soak as well. Carrie's Massage, 3 years and going strong. 928 Broadwater, suite number 204.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
As we add to our weekly podcast here, LivinLargeLarry.com. Glad you're here, streaming worldwide about 1,200 to 1,500. Check us out, whether it be for a 3-minute newscast or a Billings area forecast or one of our interview segments. We appreciate you checking us out here each month at LivinLargeLarry.com. What is going on around town? What's happening is courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical, and Refinery Inspection. Bighorn Inspection, BighornInspection.com. Montana's biggest blood drive week in Billings. At United Blood Services, 1444 Grant Avenue is what's going on. If you missed out on yesterday's schedule for Montana's biggest blood drive, then you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to get your appointments in, or you can walk in. On August 9th, 10 to 8, and Wednesday, August 10th, 10 to 6 p.m., Montana's biggest blood drive through United Blood Services. On Thursday, scheduled from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then also on Friday, August 12th, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can make your appointment through United Blood Services at 406-248-9168, or you can go online to bloodhero.com. The food and T-shirts, and while they last, and also daily prize drawings as well. So Montana's biggest blood drive, always held in Billings. It is going on this week. Again, August 9th, Tuesday, 10 to 8. Wednesday, August 10th, 10 to 6. August 11th, 10 to 6. And on Friday, August 12th, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. What is going on around town? What's happening is courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical, and Refinery Inspection. Bighorn Inspection, bighorninspection.com.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Big event in Billings, downtown Billings on Tuesday, and that is the groundbreaking of a new wing, if you will, of Riverstone Health. And CEO John Felton will be one of our guests on the show, livinlargelarry.com. And that talk with John Felton, how that's all going to, the groundbreaking, how that's all going to come together, that is coming up for you. Our forecast of livinlargelarry.com is brought to you by Top Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings across from Shopko. Not a bad week. Low to mid-80s for the first part of the week, and mid-80s for the middle part of the week. Heading into Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday, about 85 and 90. Then very little rain in our forecast, a chance of late afternoon, evening thunderstorms throughout the period. Top Sandwich Company, across from Shopko in Billings. Free delivery, even one sandwich. And ask about catering at Top Sandwich Company, across from Shopko in Billings. I get my haircut every 6 weeks from Jim and Austin's Barber Shop in Billings Heights at 2225 Main Street in the Heights. The best $10 haircut you'll ever have. And Jim and Austin's Barbershop, they're trained to be barbers. Basic haircut, $10, 10 minutes, in and out. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main in the Billings Heights, and like them on Facebook, Jim and Austin's Barbershop in Billings Heights. A true coupon book, a coupon magazine, and it's actually the size that you can actually read through and see what's offered and see the prices. Practical couponing with Hometown Values Savings Magazine. And maybe you've seen it. It comes through the mail to your house. Don't toss it. There's the Hometown Values Magazine for each section of Billings and Laurel. Look for it. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. And the most recent issues have been mailed to you. Check them out. Give them a try. Hometown Values. If you have not tried cryotherapy, then here in Billings you can now, since last July. Cindy Graff and her staff at N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4. If you're an athlete or if you just work out, if you're elderly and have the aches and pains, try cryotherapy. If you log on to the website, you'll learn a lot about what cryotherapy is all about and how it can help you as well. N2 Cryotherapy in Billings, N2cryo.com.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Not quite 9,000 acres has burned outside of Hamilton. I'm Livin Large Larry. As of Sunday, the Roaring Lion Fire south of Hamilton was at 8,262 acres and is 25% contained. The estimated cost to battle the blaze so far, nearly $5.3 million. There's nearly 800 personnel still working the fire. Thunderstorms that came through the region Saturday brought little relief in dense areas of Bitterroot National Forest. Most of the rain didn't even make it to the ground. This evening will be the last chance for Billings City Council members to change their minds over allowing dogs and cats on leash in developed city parks in Billings, July 25th. The council voted to approve the first reading of the ordinance back in July. The Better Business Bureau is warning Montanans about fundraising scams, claiming to aid those affected by wildfires in the state. The Better Business Bureau says that although they haven't had any confirmed scams related to the Roaring Lion fire, they're keeping an eye out, and even some questionable fundraising pages. Officials say that crowdfunding sites like GoFundMe have made it a bit easier for scammers to get donations, and they suggest it is better to donate to larger, reputable organizations. 4 initiatives will be on the general election ballot in November, and maybe 5. Safe Montana's effort to get I-176 added to the list succeeds. It fell roughly 4,000 signatures short, but Billings businessman Steve Zabawa has continued his fights and appealed to the state. I-176 would effectively end medical marijuana within Montana. Wildlife managers are making headway with their programs to reduce the number of voracious lake trout in Yellowstone National Park's signature body of water, giving hope to sports enthusiasts who want the cutthroat trout to make a comeback. Fishermen say cutthroat trout are rapidly replacing lake trout in Yellowstone Lake. The trial for a Texas man charged in a triple shooting in Montana that left one man dead has been moved to September 12th. Report says the trial was delayed because of a scheduling conflict involving the Montana State Medical Examiner. And in Billings residents have a new way to catch a ride as Uber has launched in Billings. Mayor Tom Hannell took the service's ceremonial first ride on Friday to celebrate the service's arrival. Uber is all over Montana now. Delta Airlines says limited flights have begun several hours after a computer outage grounded its flights around the world and stranded thousands of people. The Atlanta Airlines said Monday that delays and cancellations are ongoing. The airline says that a power outage at a facility in Atlanta around 2:30 in the morning Eastern Time started the cascading meltdown. Flights that were already in the air when the outage struck continued, but many flights remained grounded. And over the next several hours, only a handful of flights took off instead of the usual hundreds, according to flight tracking services. A spokeswoman for a South Dakota campground that hosts hordes of visitors during the annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally says 4 people were hurt when a motorcyclist performing a stunt accidentally drove into the crowd. Buffalo Chip Campground spokeswoman Nyla Griffith says the accident happened about 10 o'clock on Sunday night. Between performances by Lita Ford and Kid Rock, she says a rider was performing a burnout in between shows when he lost control and the bike went off stage into the crowd. This year's annual Sturgis Rally in western South Dakota's Black Hills is going on this week. Last year, a record number, 739,000 people attended the rally last year. Sports, Ichiro Suzuki became the 30th major leaguer with 3,000 hits when he tripled off the wall in Miami's 10-7 win at Colorado on Sunday. Suzuki was hitless in his first 3 at-bats of the game before the big hit against Chris Rosen. At just about 43 years of age, Ichiro Suzuki is the second oldest player by 3 days over Ricky Henderson to reach that milestone. And Alex Rodriguez will end his major league career during Friday's game between his New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. The 41-year-old Rodriguez has struggled this season, hitting just .204 with 9 homers and about 29 RBIs, 3-time American League MVP and a 14-time All-Star. Hit 696 home runs during a career pockmarked by admitted steroid use and other allegations of performance-enhancing drugs. A-Rod retiring this Friday. State and regional news and sports, I'm Livin Large Larry.
3rd-year anniversary celebration for Carrie's Massage business. 2-part body wraps at $70 the month of August, normally $95. That'd be good for any 2 body parts that you choose. So you could choose your hips and legs or arms and belly. You can even get your face massage. Yep, it'll help tighten your chin muscles so that little flap of skin that you tend to get will shrink up just a little bit. Carrie's Massage, 928 Broadwater, suite number 204. And how about half-price reflexology massages for $15? Normally cost you $30. The reflexology is just hands and feet. Takes about 30 minutes. Includes a relaxing foot soak as well. Carrie's Massage, 3 years and going strong. 928 Broadwater, suite number 204.
Groundbreaking for Riverstone Health's expansion downtown Billings. That is Tuesday at 12:30. Public's invited. 123 South 27th Street. Our talk with John Felton about Riverstone Health's expansion. That is coming up in just a couple of minutes here. LivinLargeLarry.com as we broadcast from the Red Line Computer Studios in West Billings, Montana, just across the street from the Goodwill store off of King and 29th. A true coupon book, a coupon magazine, and it's actually the size that you can actually read through and see what's offered and see the prices. Practical couponing with Hometown Values Savings Magazine. And maybe you've seen it. It comes through the mail to your house. Don't toss it. There's the Hometown Values magazine for each section of Billings and Laurel. Look for it. Hometown Values Savings Magazine. And the most recent issues have been mailed to you. Check them out. Give them a try. Hometown Values. Trained Barber Haircuts. Jim and Austin's Barbershop. 2225 Main in the Heights. The best $10 haircut ever. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, the official barber for the Livin Large Larry live show. Like them on Facebook, Jim and Austin's Barbershop up in Billings Heights. 2225 Main in the Heights. Jim and Austin's Barbershop. Proud supporters of the JCs.
Livin Large Larry live from the Red Line Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Keystone Mortgage has moved to a much larger location. Keystone Mortgage is our underwriter for our replay of the show, our podcast. Keystone Mortgage, purchase, refinance, investment properties, second home, anything dealing with mortgages. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. And that slogan fits. Keystone Mortgage Company, Keystone Mortgage, KeystoneHomeLoans.com. They are locally owned and operated. And you can search them out on Facebook. Just type in the keyword, the Keystone.
And from Riverstone Health, John Felton, CEO. And hello, sir. How are things?
We're doing well. Thank you for having us.
Well, I did some research, and I've been asked to do some sound for an event at Riverstone Health next week. And I was intrigued as to must be some growth at Riverstone Health. What's going on?
There is a lot of growth here. We're going to be breaking ground on a new 27,000 square foot, 48 exam room medical clinic next Tuesday, the 9th of August at 12:30 in the afternoon.
So, now, this wasn't just happened upon last week. I mean, this sounds like a project that's been discussed and rediscussed and to fruition coming up next week. Tell us how that developed.
Well, we've known for a long time that we've been outgrowing our medical clinic. We see a lot of patients here. We see about 90,000 visits a year in our community health center, most of them right at our site on South 27th Street and 1st Avenue South. And so we've known we needed a new facility. And of course, we had to find the money for it, so our foundation has been raising money. We've got some good philanthropic donations. We've got some money that we've been able to put aside, some grants. And we've spent a lot of time in design. We have a very special sort of medical clinic. It's a patient-centered medical home, nationally recognized, as well as it's one of the nation's original 11 teaching health centers, which means that we teach resident physicians, new physicians in training, how to practice family medicine. And so we have designed a facility using our staff, our frontline people, that will incorporate the clinical model that we use, the patient-centered medical home, as well as teaching is just hardwired right into the design of the building. It's been a very exciting process. Taken a while, but it's well worth the time.
So the groundbreaking coming up on the 9th, and from there, what is the timetable for building, and if you have a completion timetable, what does that look like?
We're going to build this in phases. So one of the things we're always very concerned about is that we not reduce the access of our patients to care. So as we're building the new facility, which will be just south of our current medical facility, the current medical facility will be fully operational. So patients will continue to be seen. Our staff will be working just as they are now. The new building will take about 12 or 13 months probably to construct. So when that's done, we'll just basically over a weekend we'll move and be opened up on Monday in the new building. Then the second phase is we need to take down part of the old building. Actually, we have a part of our existing building that's the original Daring Clinic from way back in 1984.
Oh, man, yeah.
And in order to put the buildings together, that piece needs to come down. So we'll take that down. We'll build a connector. That's the second phase. And then we'd like to do a little bit of work on the current medical facility to make it, repurpose it for some other uses for our patients. And that second and third phase will probably take 6 to 9 months. So we're probably looking somewhere between 18 and 24 months from start to finish.
When it is all erected, if you will the name still include Riverstone Health? Will it be called something else?
The medical center will still be Riverstone Health Clinic. We received a very generous donation from a couple of Billings' most influential philanthropists, Bill and Marilyn Ballard.
Okay, yeah.
And so the building will be called the Ballard Center, but the clinic will still be Riverstone Health Clinic.
All right, and when that's all done, what kind of services will be added and enhanced for all of the Riverstone Health campus there?
We'll really add capacity. Right now we have 31 exam rooms, and we'll go to 48 exam rooms. We'll add teaching capacity. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize about Riverstone Health is that in addition to our residents, we have between 350 and 400 students a year who come through Riverstone Health for part of their training. We have high school students who come through. We have medical students, dental students, all the PA students from Rocky Mountain College, lots of nurses, therapists, pharmacists, so a lot of different health professions. So our teaching capacity will be expanded. The current structure is what I like to call state-of-the-art 1995 medical office construction.
Okay.
Which is basically long, narrow corridors with lots of little tiny exam rooms lined up.
Right.
The new structure really incorporates the team model. So instead of just a doctor and a nurse like the old model, now that patient is surrounded by a team. So you have the doctor, the nurse, we have non-physician providers like nurse practitioners, physician assistants, clinical pharmacists, behavioral health, care coordination, case management. And so the exam rooms will accommodate a better team. The team spaces are built into the clinical spaces. And basically what it will allow us to do is do a better job of teaching and a better job of providing that patient-centered care to our patients. It really enhances the model that we currently operate.
John Felton with the CEO, Riverstone Health, talking about a 27,000-foot expansion. And with that kind of number thrown out there, it sounds like this is a necessity for Billings, Riverstone Health there.
We absolutely believe it is. You know, it's a huge undertaking. I mean, this total project is about $11 million. And, you know, you don't make those decisions lightly. But what we know is that we simply do not have enough capacity for the patients who need to see us. And so basically our job is to figure out how we're going to make that happen. And what we realize after a lot of hard work and discernment and talking with experts is we really do need the new facility.
And end of the day, improving or advancing and enhancing Riverstone Health just adds to the great medical community that Billings really has been known for nationwide.
Absolutely. We're very proud to stand with our partners in the community. We do a lot of work closely with our 2 hospital partners. We share the residency program with them. We share specialty care with them. So we know that the hospitals are very supportive of what we're doing, and we continue to make Billings really what it is, the medical center for this part of the country.
All right, John Felton, CEO, Riverstone Health. Give us some contact details, website information. People can kind of follow along through social media, too, possibly during the building process.
Yes, we do have a Facebook page. Riverstone Health has a Facebook page. Our website is riverstonehealth.org, and that will certainly have updates. It also has lots of information about the many programs and services we offer. The groundbreaking is going to be a public event, so if people would like to come out, it's on our campus at the intersection of First Avenue South and South 27th Street. You'll see the big tent, that'll be us, and it's at 12:30 on Tuesday, August 9th.
Very good. Good information. And a great expansion project. John Felton, CEO, Riverstone Health, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Larry. Good talking.
Follow the story of N2 Cryotherapy in Billings at their website as well, n2cryo.com. There's videos, there's information on what cryotherapy as a health component in your life is all about, and more, and also information about N2 Cryotherapy, giving you the opportunity to be the best person you can be this year with athletic recovery. N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West in Billings, Suite number 4, and n2cryo.com.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Our forecast at livinlargelarry.com is brought to you by Top Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings across from Shopko. Not a bad week. Low to mid-80s for the first part of the week, and mid-80s for the middle part of the week. Heading into Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday, about 85 to 90. Then very little rain in our forecast, a chance of late afternoon, evening thunderstorms throughout the period. Top Sandwich Company across from Shopko in Billings. Free delivery, even one sandwich. And ask about catering at Top Sandwich Company across from Shopko in Billings.
Hi, this is John Lagerquist, the voice of the Carroll College Fighting Saints for 25 years. I'm very excited about the new Montana Football Hall of Fame. Every NFL player from a Montana school since 1926 will one day be eligible for induction. Those like Carroll's Casey Fitzsimmons and over 100 others. Plan to be in Billings for the first induction class on August 12th. Listen close for ticket information.
Tickets are available at all Universal Athletic locations and at bighuddle.com.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
We utilize KTVQ.com, Color8.com, the Billings Gazette for some of our newscasting here at livinlargelarry.com. The Montana Department of Justice and Montana Department of Corrections teamed up to change license plates for Montana so they're easier to read. New license plates using a bolder, more legible font will be distributed through county treasurer's offices across Montana. The new license plates feature letters and numbers in a larger, bolder, slightly rounded font with a little more spacing between the letters and numbers, which improves legibility for Montana law enforcement officers. Human remains found by a Melville rancher on Friday. May be that of a missing Bozeman bow hunter who disappeared in the Crazy Mountains 2 years ago, according to Sweetgrass County Sheriff Dan Tronrud on Monday. Tronrud said remains were taken to the Big Timber area where they would be forensically analyzed to make official confirmation that the body is that of Aaron Hedges, who went missing in September of 2014. A rancher reported finding the remains on Friday in an area that's at least 4 miles away from where search teams looked for Hedges when he was first reported missing back in 2014. Continued hot, dry weather and recent wildfire activity inside and outside the park has prompted Yellowstone National Park to implement Stage 1 fire restrictions effective as of noon on Monday, August 8th. And continuing to further notice, charcoal or wood fires of any sort are prohibited at the park backcountry campsites, which means you can't do it. There's no fire restrictions in park campgrounds, day-use picnic areas, and employee residential areas within provided fire rings in Yellowstone National Park. And a 12-year-old Riverton girl is alleged to have stolen a parked vehicle early on Sunday morning. The owner was unaware the vehicle had been taken until he observed the 2013 Kia parked alongside Arapahoe Drive in Riverton while they were heading to church. The owner had located the young woman behind the wheel, notified the Fremont County Sheriff's Office. The girl was found to be under the influence of an apparent drug and was taken to Sage West Riverton for evaluation. She was later cited for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. The child had 3 sets of keys in her possession, which she indicated she had taken from vehicles parked at the recreation area. Signs that it's time for kids to go to school, I guess. A 12-year-old steals a car. Or 3. A former CIA operations officer and chief policy advisor for the House Republican Conference on Capitol Hill announced on Monday that he is launching a third-party presidential bid. His name is Evan McMullen. He's 40. He'll file paperwork this week with the Federal Elections Commission as a presidential candidate. He already launched a website for his presidential bid on Monday, asking supporters to sign up and join his campaign, as well as social media accounts. McMullen publicly criticized Trump recently on Twitter, so you want to search him out. His name is Evan, E-V-A-N, McMullen, M-C-M-U-L-L-I-N. Glance at news for you. LivinLargeLarry.com.
Smart Strand Forever Clean, the world's toughest carpet, and it is available at Rimrock Flooring on Central Avenue. RimrockFlooringMT.com, as Mark Wotan and his staff are into year number 2 of doing business in the flooring industry in Billings. Rimrock Flooring, RimrockFlooringMT.com. 1440 Central Avenue. Ask about Smart Strand. Swiss Trax Inc. offers a practical and modern alternative to standard concrete and epoxy garage flooring and garage floor tiles as well. Swiss Trax. Look at the samples at Rimrock Flooring in Billings.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Keystone Mortgage is a sponsor of our replays on the show. Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings, at the new location right across the street from the pub station. Ask about their new loan tracker. You can see everything, including rates, lock dates, personal notes, and documentation. It's private to you. The loan tracker through Keystone Mortgage Company in Billings, downtown.
Mandy Thompson is on our show today, Livin' Large Larry, live at livinlargelarry.com. Hello, Mandy. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing good. You're hanging in there. Talk about Hallie a little bit and what's going on. I know there's a GoFundMe account for her, but talk the basics as to what Hallie's all about.
Well, Hallie was born on March 24th of 2009, and 6 weeks after she was born, she was hospitalized with an NGI tube and later diagnosed with GERD, which is heartburn reflex. She later grew out of it when she was 3.5. Last year in December, she came down with mono, and she didn't have the tiredness. She didn't have anything. She's energetic. She had an enlarged spleen and liver. So basically, they sent us home, and she kept telling me her tummy hurt, her tummy hurt. I took her to her pediatrician and her GI, and they said it was her GERD, which came back. So she outgrew it and then got it back. They put her on Prazosec for her GERD, the GI doctor did, and she kept telling me her tummy hurt. So I took her in to the ER. They did an x-ray and found out that she was constipated.
How old is Hallie right now? 3.5?
She's 7.
She's 7 now. I see. Okay.
So she was constipated, so they admitted her and gave her Miralax and everything else and tried to clean her out. We went home, and A week later, we ended up back in the hospital with an NGI tube with a drip system going into her system to clean her out.
How common is all this type of medical problems at Hallie's age with society? I mean, isn't she a little bit young for all of this to be happening to her?
She is too young for this to happening. It all started basically when she was born with GERD. They didn't know, when she was little, when she was hospitalized at 6 weeks old, they were going to do surgery on her and put a Teflon, go in her esophagus and put a Teflon around it to see if that would help. But since they put her on medicine, that seemed to help it. But now, since she ended up with mono last December, it has brought everything back.
Mono's a tough thing. I mean, once you get rid of it, and if it does come back, boy, it can really mess things up, and that's kind of the picture you're painting here. So with regards to the GoFundMe account, what is the money you raise through GoFundMe for? Surely you have insurance, correct?
She has insurance. The GoFundMe is, we're headed to Denver the end of August. They are going to do a mobility testing on her stomach.
And what exactly is mobility testing?
Her stomach's in her muscles to see if they are working properly, because when she goes to the bathroom, she does not basically release all of it.
I see.
So it starts to build up, and that's basically when we have to go back in the hospital and they have to put an NGI tube into her and clean her out again.
So are you looking at going to Denver for a couple of days, a week, or what's?
We will be in Denver for 2 days.
Okay, you're looking for the GoFundMe to help with expenses, lodging,
Yes.
things like that down there. All right.
Yes.
Well, first and foremost, we hope and wish the best and pray the best for Hallie at the end of the day. How are her spirits?
Her spirits are good. She's ready to go to Denver, and Mom and Dad are ready to get some answers.
Yeah, because summertime's almost over, and this has probably been a pretty tough several months for Hallie.
Yes. There's also, if Western Security has, I set up an account at Western Security too, and it's Hallie Thompson's Benefit Fund, where you can go make a donation to.
And if somebody was to log on to GoFundMe, what are the keywords for that account?
Hallie's Denver trip.
All right, very simple. Anything we missed? Anything you want to add, Mandy?
There is also Cincy and a Pampered Chef going on, fundraising on the Facebook page. And I have attached those on the GoFundMe page too.
All right, very good. We will get the word out, Mandy Thompson, and again, best wishes to Hallie, and let's all be strong for her and get her over the hump, so to speak.
All right, thank you.
Livin' Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin' Large Larry live.
Our replay sponsor on Livin' Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124. And you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North. They're right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. Keystone Mortgage. Livin' Large Larry Live at livinlargelarry.com. Here at the show from Redline Computer Studios in West Billings, live on YouTube this morning. Wave Cindy Graff. Cindy Graff from N2 Cryotherapy, right on time this morning as usual. How are you doing, young lady?
Very good. And yourself?
I'm living the dream.
That's right.
As I say, living the dream. So N2 Cryotherapy, and before mics were on, you came in with a great big smile on your face before you took 3 breaths. You says cryotherapy is getting national, worldwide attention.
Well, yes, it is. We're seeing it more and more on television shows.
What did you see it last on?
All right, we saw it on NCIS LA. And LL Cool J talks for about 3 minutes. It doesn't show him in the machine, but he talks about it for about 3 minutes.
Did he talk well about it?
Yes, and explained it to people. Talked about how cold it was at minus 274 and how it was done for about 3 minutes. And yeah, you'll have to go check out that.
Yeah.
My husband, in fact, found it. He had recorded it, and we went and checked it out. One of my members, Leona, called in and said, "Hey, I just saw LL Cool J talk about it on NCIS." So we went and found it, and it's pretty neat.
That's exciting.
You know, they've had it on The Amazing Race. They had to go.
I saw that one.
Do a challenge that concerned cryotherapy.
Are they adhering when you see them on TV? Are they adhering to, the 3-minute rule that you use at Anti-Cryotherapy?
Apparently, when LL Cool J talked about it, they were.
Okay.
I would hope they are all adhering to that 3-minute rule. Otherwise, it's overexposed.
Right.
You're very, very careful about not getting people overexposed.
Yeah.
So, and then, Kelly Ripa and Michael, Kelly and Michael, big news about them.
Michael's leaving.
And she didn't know it, apparently.
Oh, great.
So she didn't come in today.
Oh.
So she's
She's pulling prima donna mode now.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Apparently, it was all a surprise to her yesterday, and
that's a publicity stunt. Of course she knew.
I know, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
For sure she knew. Anyway.
Yeah, Strahan's going to Good Morning America, apparently.
Yeah.
Full
They
time.
offered him like a big dollar salary, so
well.
That's how
they had cryotherapy on Kelly and Michael?
Yes, because Michael didn't want to hold a snake, and Kelly made him hold a snake, and so he got to pick something for her to do, and he picked cryotherapy. And it was our guys from Texas that we deal with,
Wow.
Mark and Robert, that were on the show with her. It was pretty great.
Well, you got to think about it. Anti-cryotherapy and cryotherapy as an industry. It's not a punishment. It's a way to stay healthy.
It is. And afterwards, Kelly had at the time had a sprained ankle, and so he was just trying to help her, and it was a very interesting clip of her in there. She's hilarious, of course, So we're seeing it more and more. Is it Showtime or HBO that has the show Billions?
I don't recall.
I think it's Showtime. But anyway, that's a series like Sopranos was or whatever. And the guy there, he is a billionaire, and he owns one and has it in his business. And whenever he has his meetings, he goes into his cryotherapy deal
chamber?
and into his chamber and talks with has people in there for meetings.
Wow, that's exciting. Now, Anti-Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West. Suite number 4 has been around not quite a year. Your 1-year anniversary is coming up in July, which is a pretty fast year for you for your business.
Oh my gosh, it's just flying by, isn't it?
And look what
we're
you've
already
done.
almost, we're halfway through April already. Yeah. So this year is flying by again, but we sure encourage everybody to try it out. Come on in and see us, 805 24th Street West, number 4, or give me a call and make an appointment.
At what number?
406 534-8850.
And since this is a worldwide show here at every morning, and literally if you come through and heading to Yellowstone National Park and you come through Billings, then give Anti-Cryotherapy a try.
Gosh, I would love to meet some people that were just coming up here for vacation this year. Drop in and see us and give it a try. I know we've got wingdingers coming at the end of the summer that
the gold wingers.
Yeah.
The wingdingers. I like that.
Yeah. So anybody traveling through, make it a stop. It is a destination here in Billings, Montana. So make it a stop, one of your things to do when you come through Billings.
Check it off your bucket list, and then you'll go over and over.
That's right, and then you can find one in your own area.
And if you are listening in Billings or outside of Billings, log on to n2cryo.com. You actually have at your website a very user-friendly website, and it explains a lot about the industry of cryotherapy.
Yes, it does, and it explains about the difference between, say, an ice bath, and it goes into detail about the difference between ice bath and a cryotherapy session.
Now, can I just say that I've had both. When I was an athlete back in high school, I did the ice bath, and I'll be honest, I just loathed that day or those 2 days a week of the ice bath. And people do compare cryotherapy with the ice bath. It is comparable, except for the pain.
And the way it works.
And the way it works, yes.
Right. So, but we can go into detail on that, where you're using your blood on the cryotherapy. You're working from the inside out, where when you're in an ice bath, you're freezing from the outside in.
Plus, you get all wet in the ice bath too.
And that makes it that much colder. You would not believe the difference between the dry inside of the cryotherapy chamber versus a wet ice bath.
Do you think that with the industry of cryotherapy, not just N2 cryotherapy, but as an industry as a whole globally, wouldn't it be cool if the trainers of NFL teams and hockey teams and NBA teams and football, NFL, I think I said that, and all major athletic events would use that as part of their training for their players?
And they're moving over there slowly.
Okay,
because we got the basketball, NBA guys are using them. Most all of them are. They have access to them. Now, the Denver Nuggets NBA just had one installed in their training facility.
So it is working.
It is. Slowly going through. Then once it was in Denver, of course, the Broncos tried it. And I wouldn't doubt that Peyton Manning probably used it for his foot.
Sure.
I don't know that for a fact.
It would help his foot.
Yeah, for
injury.
the plantar fasciitis. And I know that they're using it, and the Packers were starting to use it. So more and more it's coming around, and people are finding out about it, and they're trying it, and they're liking it.
And it's here in Billings at N2 Cryotherapy. That's very cool.
It is.
Yeah, so from here on out, in this area, people will be following you in the industry. But and you do service a lot of athletes in and around Billings and surrounding communities. But cryotherapy, there's other people that can use it, people with arthritis.
Absolutely. Just had a girl tell me yesterday she's been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, so she's coming in, and that's what it was originally for. Back in 1978 to 1980, they were developing it in Japan and running it over the rheumatoid arthritis people's skin, finding out that it took away their pain. So, and they've been using it in Europe then for over 30 years for different kinds of pain like arthritis, fibromyalgia, lupus, MS, different kinds of pain. So,
and I do want to say that when Cindy Graff got into cryotherapy as a business, as N2 Cryotherapy, you weren't just on your couch one day where you and your husband are talking about what you could do, and you saw something in a magazine and says, "Yeah, I'll just order one of those and do that." I mean, you're duly trained.
Absolutely, and it was I researched it for over a year and did thorough due diligence on it before I even thought about going to check it out. So once we did, we've been through several training sessions, and we still do training over Skype with people from Texas.
Continuing education, you have to do that in any industry.
Yeah.
Actually, well, it's good to see that cryotherapy as a whole is growing, and business in Billings is growing as well through N2 Cryotherapy. 805 24th Street West, suite number 4, and that's in the Jimmy John's sandwich complex,
yep,
right?
That's what we always tell people.
And people going, oh, now I know where it's at.
Mini mall with Jimmy John's, because let me tell you guys, Google does not always get it right.
Yeah, no.
Apparently they can't find me at this time, and they like to send people in a different direction. So
well, we know where you're at.
Just remember, we're in the mini mall with Jimmy John's, north of Broadwater.
I'm going to put you on the spot here. Give me the top 3 reasons to use cryotherapy through N2 Cryotherapy. Just short little bullet points, the top 3 reasons to use cryotherapy.
For a thorough body flush, for recovery from athletics and sports, and for relief of pain. Okay.
Give us some price points. It does cost money to use cryotherapy, but it's actually reasonably priced. Give us the best deal at N2.
We have $25 for your first time. Come on in and try it. 2-minute service. It's about enough for first timers. 3-minute service from there on out. It's $65 for a single, but we do have a 3-pack for $150, making it $50 each. We have a $450 pack for 10, making it $45 each. Your best bet, though, is our $299 a month membership. If you come in 10 times, you're getting it for $29.90.
Yeah.
If you come in 15 times a month, you're getting it for less than $20. It's like $19.78 or something like that.
Now you make it affordable, and let's explain the demographics of cryotherapy here in Billings. At N2 Cryotherapy is not just the elderly. I mean, it's what is the range of demographic age group?
Well, from 15 with the doctor's note. We've had one. And that's an athlete with an injury.
Right. Okay.
And all the way through, I think my little Leona is like 81 or 82 years old.
That's cool. Men and women, girls and boys.
Yes. And Leona comes in 3 times a week.
She loves it.
She loves it. She gets her energy, builds her energy. She can go work in her yard.
And she's getting results.
Yeah. It makes her feel good enough to go do things. And she loves it.
This is exciting. You're up early, full of energy. Give us your hours at N2 Cryotherapy.
We are open from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. I am closed Monday through Friday from 2 to 3 p.m.
Right. Maintenance.
Yep. We have to dry out that machine, remember. Moisture is the enemy. So, and then we're open on Saturday from 9 to 2. We may be expanding that by appointment, so just give me a call and we can see what we can do for you.
Cindy Graff, N2 Cryotherapy, n2cryo.com. Wow, that's a pile of information. Thank you.
It is, and
Good
I'm
stuff.
so glad I'm here. It's just, it's so fun to talk to you.
Oh, you too. Thank you, Cindy.